Just stay calm. Keep your eyes sharp.
The hunting requests are arguably one of the most challenging and frustrating side missions in Red Dead Redemption 2. It's easy enough to avoid them because there's just so much more you can do in this world, and it's hard to justify the time this quest will take. I would recommend knocking out the story and all of the challenges before you return to this, just because it's some of the most challenging and conversely least dangerous hunting you will do in this game. To that end, there will be spoilers in this video, and I am going to assume that you have completed the game, starting, to quote Fatboy Slim, right about now. You initiate the mission by finding the poster at any train station. I like the Valentine poster. Have Arthur inspect it, and Arthur will read, "Hunters sought. If you are proficient with gun or arrow, and trust me, you will be by the time you finish this, we seek animals for a wildlife art exhibition. Specimens must be in perfect condition, low caliber kills only. Ship at our expense the following: 1 adult rabbit, 1 average squirrel." Interesting she says average when she wants a perfect squirrel. Send to the attention of Ms. L. Hobbs, Strawberry.
Hello.
Hey there, partner.
First things first, make sure you have the buck antler trinket. Grab that legendary buck and get yourself to the fence. The buck antler trinket increases the quality of pelts, but it will not turn a 2-star into a 3-star. I believe there is a hidden decimal point to the star rating, so if you shoot a 3-star and it knocks down to a 2-star, that might actually be a 2.5-star, and the buck antler trinket will round it back up to a 3-star. However it works, you need it.
Hello, sir. Glad to have a new patron come through. Welcome, mister. First time to my shop? Don't bother with Alvin's shop there. All right, I have everything he has, but better. I can't say what.
And then let's craft some small game arrows. We will use the varmint rifle for some of the larger animals, but for the birds, small game arrows are essential. Also, start looking up and shooting at anything that flies by. We need to start identifying all of these birds. Miss Hobbs will want so many birds. Look for birds with small wingspans and rapid movements. These guys are constantly in motion, and they are closer than you think. Back to the first request. Squirrels and rabbits are abundant and shouldn't be a problem. Look around trees for squirrels. Arthur found this one near Emerald Station.
Yep.
Same with Mr. Rabbit. Remember to stow the carcass on the horse. Miss Hobbs wants everything. Keep scanning the skies and start collecting birds immediately. They don't go bad in your satchel. Arthur has a freezer in there, or perhaps a time stasis field generator that he got from the UFO. Mail these off and wait a day.
Greetings. Good to see you. What's to send?
Howdy there. Welcome.
We will get $50 and the second request. Now she wants a cardinal, a rat, and a woodpecker. Okay then.
You good, girl?
I like Fort Bernard for all of the birds. Just spent a day shooting everything in the sky. Here's a cardinal. The good news is small game arrows, along with the buck antler trinket, pretty much guarantees a perfect carcass wherever you hit them. The bad news is, while every bird you need will spawn at this location, it's completely random. You may have to leave the area and return, or make a save and reload, but if you are patient, you should be able to find most of the birds you require here. Fort Bernard is also a great location for rats. I don't like the idea of storing rats in the satchel. That cannot be sanitary, but Arthur doesn't mind, so neither should we. And here is a woodpecker. And your location, Fort Bernard on Mossy Flats west of Van Horn on the Kamassa River.
Yep.
You can also find rats at Limpany. They seem to be more active at night. I assume you know where Limpany is.
Come on, girl. Yeah.
And we will mail all of those off and wait a day.
Howdy. What needs to go where?
Thank you.
Also, do you know about the barrel rider? Here's her poster. Desiree La Flamme, which in French I suppose means the flame of desire, ironic as she's more of a water person. And she is world famous according to her poster, so it must be true. And the next day we can return to the post office for $70 and the third request. This never ends, but the cash is really good.
The other day.
Bien le bonjour, monsieur.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Be with you momentarily. May I help you?
Now we need an oriole, a robin, a chipmunk, and an opossum. We shall collect the opossum last, as that one needs to be stowed on the horse. Everything else will fit in Arthur's magic satchel.
Decent town you got here.
Yes, I know.
Really beaten down today.
I also like twin stack pass for all of my small bird needs. Here's the oriole.
Yep. Girl. Yeah.
And back to Fort Bernard for a robin. Chipmunks are a pain. They look like squirrels, but they are far less frequent. Arthur has a spot. Make a save at Wallace Station.
Hey there, mister. Yeah.
And then we ride down to this intersection right before Cumberland Falls. We will ride northwest to the bridge, and there will be a chipmunk to Arthur's left.
There, girl. Yeah.
There he is. And a 2-star is good, but not good enough, so let's reload that save.
Now I am a prisoner in the Stillwater jail I lie. Yep.
And here is your 3-star. And your location. And finally, Ringneck Creek is great for both opossum and skunks. Again, get the possum last as you need to store him on your horse. Let's go see Alden. This Arthur is in Chapter 2 and has yet to meet Alden.
You're in luck. Next mail train leaves soon.
Sir, good morning.
Let's move on.
Good to see you again, mister.
Hello.
We return to the post office and now we get $100, which will come in handy if you are in Chapter 2. And now we need a songbird, a sparrow, a toad, a skunk, and a bullfrog. We'll get the skunk last. Let's move on. Songbirds are the rabbits of the sky. They are very common and Arthur hates them. Arthur found this one on the other side of Twin Stack Pass by the oil derrick. Here is your map, so close to camp. And we got lucky with the sparrow. Arthur was just blasting away at anything that flew by him. Three-star thanks to the buck antler trinket, but far less riskier with small game arrows. I don't recommend the varmint rifle with birds this small. Blue Water Marsh is great for all of your bullfrog needs.
Settle down.
Here is your map. They are all over the area. They are essentially the rabbits of the swamp. Toads are far less common, but also in the area. Toads are the squirrels of the swamp. And your location.
Come on, girl.
Arthur already has a toad. We were looking for robins and Arthur found a toad. This location is very consistent for toads. Here's your map on the river southwest of the V in Valentine. Reddit says this island is great for birds, but I didn't really notice anything special. And back to Ringneck Creek for a skunk. Here is your location, under the K of Ringneck Creek.
You good, girl?
Let's drop these off with Alden.
Wait your turn. Almost done.
How do you do, sir? I heard one of them damn bracelets has been bothering
Just so you know, it's a few hours before the next collection.
Don't surprise me in the least.
Whoa! Hello there, pleased to see you. So long.
The next day we receive $120 and a letter from Ms. Hobbs. She's happy. Letter from Ms. Hobbs. Dear Mr. Morgan, I am delighted at the specimens you have been sending me. They are working wonderfully and the exhibition is coming together. I am writing to let you know I will be traveling for a while to visit old friends who moved to Oregon. Perhaps I will write when I have returned. Sincerely, Ms. L. Hobbs, taxidermist. All in all, a pretty good haul for Arthur. The cash is better than bounty hunters, but the cash is also commensurate with the amount of work required. And regrettably, this is the last Arthur will hear from Miss Hobbs. The requests will continue post-game after John has built the ranch. You will need to complete Epilogue 2 in order to trigger the next letter. Why John and not Arthur, you may ask? And the answer is complicated. We will need access to John's ranch. John has a ranch, you say. I told you, there would be spoilers. John will get a random letter in the mail. Miss Hobbs wants a cedar waxwing, a bat, a blue jay, a crow, and a beaver. John has to collect these, but let's get them with Arthur because Arthur loves to hunt.
Good girl.
A cedar waxwing near Twin Stack Pass on the oil derrick side. And here is what I mean about the buck antler trinket. The cedar waxwing was a 3-star. Arthur hit it with the varmint rifle, despite my insistence that he use small game arrows, and that knocked it down to a 2-star. But in reality, perhaps it is a 2.5-star. And the buck antler trinket rounds it back up to a 3-star. The buck antler trinket for the win.
Okay, girl. Yeah.
A Fort Bernard blue jay. An American Crow near Cornwall, Kerosene and Tar. Also a great movie from 1994 starring Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, who tragically died in a stunt accident during filming.
That your blood?
The cave behind the waterfall at Elysian Pool is fantastic for all of your bat-related needs. Sometimes you luck out and find dead ones at the entrance, but not this time. We will require a lantern and small game arrows. There's plenty of bats in this cave. Here is your location. And finally, a beaver in one of my favorite locations on the map, Lake Owanjula. Varmint rifle with a scope, headshot, buck antler trinket, you should be golden. Here is your map. Again, collect this one last. And pretend Arthur is John, which makes John really jealous, but it can't be helped. John will send those off and receive an invitation.
Hello there, pleased to see you.
Invitation from Ms. Hobbs. Mr. Marston, my dear, I am delighted, absolutely delighted at the lovely friends you have sent me. Together we have made art, life as art. I strive to make happiness frozen in time, and you have surely made me happy with the animals you have gathered. You must come visit and see the world we have made together. I will introduce you to Percival. I am sure you will love him. Do you play cards? My friends adore it. Oh, I am ahead of myself. I'm just northeast of Strawberry, between the town and Monto's Rest. Sincerely, Ms. L. Hobbs. Okay, let's go to Strawberry and check out this lady's house. Here's your map. She's directly above Strawberry, the taxidermist house. A wonderfully decorated cabin. You can tell an artist lives in here. John needs to take some photos for the Insta. There are also some exhibits outside. Here we have a cougar taking down a pronghorn, and this cougar has seen better days, I'm afraid. She should have let Arthur find her a better one. Arthur would have been happy to. Note all of the birdhouses. Bet there's poison in there. I wouldn't put it past her. In her own way, this lady is just as brilliant and crazy as Marko Dragic. Okay, let's knock on the door and trigger the cutscene.
Hello, Mrs. Hobbs.
Hello, dearie. Hello.
And here is Miss Hobbs. Miss Hobbs also reminds me of the witch from Hansel and Gretel, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat children. Pretty sure.
You said to come call on you? My name's John Marston. I've been sending you the animals for your art. I guess you make clothes or something?
Clothes? Oh, no, I don't make clothes, dearie. Come.
What do you make?
I make art, dearie.
Art?
Not art, but life. Life as art. Come meet my friends. Come. It's downstairs. Come meet the world you helped build.
You can see more of her conventional work upstairs, but her real art is in the basement.
This is...
I love these tableaus. They are so detailed. A sword fight. Look at those tiny swords. She had to make those. Raccoon versus rabbit. My money's on the raccoons. And some rats with parasols enjoying the Guarma sun.
This is quite something.
A badger courting a fox. An odd combination, but who am I to stand in the way of true love?
It's my life work, dearie.
More badgers having tea, with a rabbit supplying light entertainment on the piano. Look at those tiny paintings in tiny frames.
An almighty struggle. I love this little fella. He makes me so happy.
A squirrel riding a fox. Why not?
There's so much life in him, in a way. And look at these three playing poker. Oh, they'll never know who wins because they're all dead.
Poker game, a popular theme, but note the crow in the top hat. He's the whale, no pun intended. Well, maybe a little pun. Very little.
Only it doesn't look like it. Sometimes I make up little funny voices, and I make believe that they're all talking to one another. I call this guy Percival. I don't know why.
Lawn tennis with Percival. Percival is an interesting choice for a name. Percival, to quote Wikipedia, was one of King Arthur's legendary Knights of the Round Table. He was one of Arthur's most loyal knights. Percival is most commonly known for retrieving Excalibur from a clan of mischievous fairy creatures. Also, an argument can be made that the friends Miss Hobbs has created in her basement are her version of a clan of mischievous fairy forest creatures. Interesting.
And these two over here, oh, they're prize fighters. Obviously, there isn't any prize because they're both dead.
And here we have Badger versus Raccoon. My money's on the Badger. They're tough. They're basically mini Wolverines.
I tried this with humans once during a cholera outbreak.
And did you catch that? She mummified humans, most likely in armadillo. Wish we could find one of those bodies.
No. Animals are better. Their fur is so nice and...
Have to agree, animals are better.
Yeah. I don't quite know what to say.
Oh, I often get that reaction.
I'm sure.
Oh, here. Please take this as a gift. Because after all, we did this together.
And just look at what we got, a little cowboy squirrel. Look at that cute little bandolier and the tiny cattleman. I would full on buy one of these if I ever find one on Etsy or eBay for the Red Dead Redemption gaming room that I am building in my mind.
You and I are both like God now, in a way.
Thanks. I should get going.
Yeah, well, maybe when you die, somebody will stuff you. And maybe heaven is just like this. Did you ever think of that, dearie?
No, I never did. Be well.
Hi.
In the end, Ms. Hobbs is a little crazy but harmless and very charming. And hey, look at this really cool squirrel we got from her. Let's go to the ranch and find a place to put it. This looks like a good spot right on the mantle where everyone can enjoy it.
What is that?
It's art.
And Abigail is not happy.
Oh, that's what they call it.
But she gets to place her dollies up here and these plates. She'll be fine. And did you know Abigail could play piano? Did you know John even had a piano?
Took me a lot of work to earn that little guy.
Ain't that interesting?
Beauty, ain't he? Okay, well, I'll leave you to it then.
Thanks, John.
John will go about his business, but the next day the squirrel will be missing. No worries, Abigail stashed it in the bedroom. Perhaps she thought John might be tired of looking at it. Let's put it back where it belongs. And then after a day, it's gone again. Also, I really like how the light is shining here. Makes it appear that John is having a brilliant idea. And this time, Abigail thought the interior of this chimney would make a fine home for the squirrel. Let's put it back. And what do you know, the next day it has vanished, like a gambler's lucky streak, to quote Cole Porter. This time Abigail gave it to Uncle. And let's take a moment to admire Uncle's bedroom/hovel. Uncle has lived outdoors for so long, I'm not certain he understands the logistics of living under a roof.
Another morning.
Old man?
Howdy.
However, Uncle didn't appreciate the squirrel and stashed it in this chest. Let's return the squirrel to its position of honor. Maybe it will stay there now.
This all to your liking, then?
The ranch? Oh, of course not. It's a dump. Well, at the moment, at least.
But no, it's gone. This is getting a little passive-aggressive. John and Abigail should talk about this before it gets out of hand.
All this work and we're barely putting enough food on the table. Hope we can make it, John.
It's early days. We're all still learning, especially me. We'll get there.
You're right.
This time Abigail left it in the sheep pen, in this wheelbarrow. And John asks Abigail how it ended up there, and Abigail has no idea. Ask Uncle or Jack.
We're always working.
There's always something to do.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Let's put it back and that should be the end of it. Nope, we should be so lucky. Let's check the barn. John can look everywhere, but it's in the loft in this chest. It's always in the last place you look. And we put the squirrel back, hopefully for the last time. And no, Abigail isn't through. She really hates that squirrel.
Hey, sweetheart. You're always working.
And John asks Abigail, sweetheart, dearest, remember how I built this ranch for you with my bare hands? I mean, Charles helped, but Uncle was useless. I had to raise the cash. I went into debt. And all I wanted in return was a place for my limited edition, custom taxidermied squirrel cowboy statue. And Abigail replies, I haven't touched your statue, which is technically true. She probably got Uncle or Jack to get rid of it. John should have asked, do you know what happened to my squirrel cowboy? But you know, John isn't the sharpest tool in the toolbox, to quote the good citizens of Butcher Creek. At any rate, she has chores to do. Maybe the dog took it. It's a Red Dead mystery. Let's travel to Mount Shan, the literal ends of the earth, max height, and look for this thing.
Out of the way!
How did it get up here? There's no way Abigail went up here, and Uncle is too lazy. My theory is she made Charles do it. Uncle, as you know, is useless, and Charles could easily have dropped it off here on his way to Canada to visit the trapper's niece, to quote channel mod Gerald W., who is Canadian, so he should know. Lots of quotes in this video. At any rate, there he is. Let's get him home. And here is your map. Triangulate between the N of Mount Shan, the T of West Elizabeth, and the H of Hawkeye Creek. Also, say hello to Charles if you see him on the way down.
You know what to do, girl.
This video is sponsored by viewers like you. Consider joining the channel for deputy badges by your name, custom emoticons in the premiere chats, end credits in every video, and daily members-only community posts featuring random thoughts, TV and movie reviews, and exclusive photos. And we can place him back on the mantle. John is happy. Abigail, not so much. To be fair, Abigail is in charge of home decor, and John could easily have avoided all of these shenanigans by simply placing this in his bathroom, perhaps where he shaves. But the squirrel is above the fireplace, at least for now. Hopefully we will get a random update and he will be missing again and the games can start over. Here's hoping. I like to be optimistic about these things. I'm Superantonio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content. We shall meet again. Further on down the trail.
Took me a lot of work to earn that little guy.
Ain't that interesting?
Beauty, ain't he? Okay, well, I'll leave you to it then.
Thanks, John.